先ほど行われたドジャースファン感謝祭のドジャースフェストがドジャースタジアムにて行われました。 MVP トリオのフリーマン選手やベッツ選手が3連覇へ向けて大谷翔平選手について語りました。
How are you? How has this offseason been, and how excited are you to get back to baseball? I feel like hearing Shohei's walk-up song a minute ago was like, oh, it's happening.
Oh, it's happening. Every time you get the fan fest, it's right around the corner. I'm excited. Off-season's been good. No rehabbing, so that's nice. Nice to have a normal off-season.
Artie, when you saw Shohei's contract and how much he deferred so that you guys could bring in the best players and have the ability to do that, did this even exceed your expectations?
I think so. I don't think anybody could really wrap your mind about what that would mean, but then it's one thing to be talked about and done, and structure a contract like that, but then to have the organization, the ownership group to do what they're saying. Like, he deferred all that money to have the best players on his team in this organization, and they've gone out and done that. So hats off to Mark, the Guggenheim ownership group, Andrew, Brandon, all of them in the front office going out. It's not getting about the best players. It's also getting the great crew that fit in our clubhouse, and they've done an amazing job.
Has it set in as just being a World Series champion in right field, you're a World Series champion at short? I mean, you worked so hard to be in this position. Has this reality set in for you just yet?
No, I don't. Not really. I mean, not until you just said that. But we still got a long way to go, and hopefully some cool things can happen along the way. And so we'll just enjoy what we've done, and keep our eyes on the prize, and that's just continuing to take steps forward.
Mookie, how strange is it going to be to not have first round?
I'll say it again.
How strange is it going to be to not have first round?
Oh, it's going to be really weird. My first time, all of our first times, not seeing him in there. But I'm sure he'll be around. But I also want him to enjoy his retirement, because it's a new chapter in life that. Something that he's definitely not going to be used to. So I really want him to enjoy it, but I really want him to come see the boys as well. So it'll be weird, but everything will be okay.
We're going to do our job now, Coach, as a broadcast.
Yeah. So like I said, he'll be around. Hopefully he's not too critical on us.
My question was, when Shohei signed that contract 2 years ago, you guys saw he deferred $68 million, so you guys bring in talent, and then every offseason you just add more and more All-Stars. This year, Diaz and Tucker. What is your response to that? Has it exceeded your expectations when you first saw that with Shohei?
Yeah, I mean, I remember when I first signed, I talked to them, and they promised that they would keep going, keep wanting to win, and they've stuck to their word. And so, seeing guys, we're signing the right guys that want to win, guys that care about culture, care about one another, and I think that's really just kind of shown every day. You see it out there every day. There's love everywhere. There's no disconnect anywhere. Everybody's on the same page, and that's winning.
Mookie, the desire to stay at shortstop long term, is that a decision you reached recently, and is that like a reaction to maybe like how well it went this year? Like what got you there? That I'm like, I don't want to move from here anymore.
No, I will. I mean, I'll do what it takes. Coming to short help get Teo, which help get another ring. So if I need to move somewhere else, it is what it is. I'll be the best at whatever position it is. I just know that, if I can continue to do what I've been doing, it kind of maximizes our chances of bringing in more guys and winning. And so I understand that. I embrace that. And so I take on that pressure and being a Gold Glove shortstop every day.
Thank you, Mookie.
You guys.
All right, guys.
Appreciate you.
そして大谷翔平選手は地元ラジオ局のインタビューに登場。その様子を紹介します。
Shohei, we know how close you are to Yoshinobu Yamamoto. After his heroics in the World Series, has he changed? Should we expect him to show up in a limousine in spring training? Will he even speak to me in spring training?
今日も来てないですしね、断ってるので、ちょっとそういう気はあるんじゃないかなと思ってます。
Unbelievable. 4-time MVPs here. Oh, I knew it, Shohei.
僕はワールドシーズンMVP になってないんで、彼はね、なりましたし、でもちょっと はい、話したいなと思います。
Okay. How big is his popularity in Japan now after the last World Series?
どうなんですか、僕一応日本帰ってないんでわかんないですけど、おそらくそうなんじゃないかなと思ってます。
Any chance he takes over Seiko watches in Tokyo? I saw a lot of Otani Seiko watch billboards. I heard it's Yamamoto now with Seiko.
山本選手が乗っ取ったという話。いや、まあ成功は僕と一緒にもう何十年もやってるんです。山本君に行くことはないんじゃないかなと思います。
All right. Before I let you go, when you look at what you've accomplished the first 2 years with the Dodgers, what are your goals? Because I know you set goals for yourself as you work out here at Dodger Stadium. What are the goals you are setting for yourself this season?
This season?
Yes.
もちろん3連覇が一番の目標ですし、はい、まあ一番小さいところというか、やらなければいけないところで言うと、やっぱね、こう毎日安定して健康な状態で試合に出続けるっていうところじゃないかなと思うので、その先で、必ず3連覇できたらなと思います。
Thank you for stopping. Really appreciate it. My last name.
さらにロバーツ監督が大谷翔平選手や山本由伸投手の WBC 参戦や今シーズンの打順について言及したインタビューも見ていきます。
All right, well, what an exciting offseason it's been. Does coming here to Dodgers Fest mean that it's officially time for day 26 and time to lock it in?
It does. It does. I think that, you spend the offseason trying to detach, catch your breath a little bit, and now seeing players here, seeing their energy, obviously seeing the energy of the fans. Certainly time, the calendar's turned and spring is in the air. So yeah, we're all excited about getting going.
So have you thought more about just what the top of the order and what top of the line could potentially look like?
You know what? I've thought about it. I'm not kind of emboldened to how we're going to do it. I feel great about having Shohei lead off. I do feel great about having Will in the 5. And then after that, I'm going to kind of read and react. But kind of the handedness, you certainly see, Mookie in the 3. But I'm kind of going to see how it goes as we get to it. I don't mind the 3 in the air as a carrot and a kind of a North Star of focus. But I do think that we're very mindful that there's a lot of work that needs and also it's something of a challenge that I feel that our guys are not going to run from, because after winning 2 in a row and 3 in 5 or 6 years, whatever it is, with the same group of guys, a lot of the guys, you got to kind of keep guys incentivized, and I think that's something that's a good thing the guys are chasing. But again, understand that we got a lot of work to do.
How much does adding guys like Tucker at the end and the aggressiveness of the front office?
It's twofold. I think that it's huge in the part that you're getting the talent, but the other part is you're getting a couple guys that haven't won a championship. Tucker, I think, won one as a rookie, but he wasn't really totally a part of that team, I think. But having guys that, we did it with Teo a couple years ago. We did it with Blake Snell last year. Having guys that haven't had that feeling that infused with the guys that we already have here, I think that's great. But also, most importantly, having guys that we've gotten a lot of talent.
When they target guys like Diaz and Tucker, do you go to your network of other managers and people to get a feel how they would fit in the clubhouse? And is that important that you relay that to the front office? But it's a good fit for this team and this clubhouse as well as just the player?
Absolutely. I think we all kind of do our due diligence and then have conversations on figuring out what if player makes sense. And I think with Edwin, it's a guy that you guys are gonna love him. He's easygoing. He's very accountable, hard worker. All he wants to do is win. He left money on the table to come to the Dodgers. Same guy every day. And I think with Tuck, he's just a guy that's kind of simple, not an outgoing kind of talker. Just likes to work. Again, accountable, shows up. These are guys that kind of fit our culture and what we're trying to do.
What's the plan for Shohei as a pitcher And then also, what's the conversation in terms of if he'll be able to be ready to do that for the WBC additionally?
Well, he's not going to pitch in the WBC, but he will be ramping up his arm to get ready for this season. And I think for me is, I don't know how many innings he threw last year, but obviously with a full off season going north of what he did last year.
How did he take that?
I wasn't surprised. So I can't even say I was relieved. I think that he wants to, understanding what he did last year, what he had to go through, to then how best to prepare himself for 26 to do both. It just seemed like the right decision. So I wasn't surprised and feel really good about it.
Was this more his call?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, it was absolutely his call. Whereas Yoshi feels that, he wants to take it on and feels good. We support it.
Hey, what are your early thoughts on how you'll manage Shohei to pitch this season?
I think that, honestly, I don't think that, I'm going to manage him any differently as far as each outing. I think there's certainly going to be extra time. It's not a 5-day, 6-day rotation. So there's going to be rest 2 innings, 3 innings. I think he's going to be loose as an normal pitcher. Yeah, obviously we're going to miss Clayton. It's going to be a different ball without him. Hopefully he comes around with spring training. And as far as Mickey, he's one of the leaders on our ball club. So I'm happy to have him back. And he's going to be playing some thirds, some short, some second, spelling guys, taking at bats off the bench. But yeah, let's finish this last year with a championship. Oh, a lot of ways. I think that when we get to spring training and Camelback and not seeing his locker where it's been for, 17 years, 18 years, is going to be different. The presence, seeing number 22 out there early doing his sprints, seeing him in the weight room, knowing it's Kershaw Day, so not having that, it's going to be it's different. But I do think that I'm excited for Clayton, and I'm excited to kind of move forward with the guys we got now.
Jonathan said that he's ramping up a little slower this offseason. How do you have to, is there something you have to do to kind of put your work on your rotation?
Yeah, I don't think that whatever is best for Blake or any of our pitchers, for that matter, we're going to do. So where he's at, once we get to spring training and how his arm feels, there's a build-up from there. If it doesn't line up with opening day, the first series, and I'll say that about all the pitchers. So I don't know exactly where Blake's at right now, but it's really not of concern, appreciating that we just got to have these guys ready as we get into the season and through the season.
Have you rewatched Game 7?
No, I haven't. I did a thing recently with Bob Costas, which was great to kind of go back and talk through it, but I haven't, and for fear that there might be a different outcome. So I kind of like where it is right now.
以上、今回は大谷翔平選手が登場したドジャースフェストの様子を紹介しました。続報が入り次第、さらに動画を公開しますので、ぜひチャンネル登録してお待ちください。以上、今回もご視聴いただきありがとうございました。